to wrap up very shortly, but we do have time for a few questions. First, we're going to have Mary Nelson come forward, though. And is that right, Mary? Now's the time. And give an appreciation to our speakers. My name is Jim Ott. I'm an English teacher here at Las Positas. So stick around if you can. We're going to introduce lunch very shortly. So don't leave until you get the directions. Mary is giving some thank yous to Leo Croce. We never really said their names fully. Leo Croce, Vicki Ganich, and John Shirley. And of course, Brian Thompson. Thank you, Brian, for being here again. So the poem there at the end, I have to say, I'm an English teacher, and hearing your poem reminds me that there's been poetry about veterans for years, and we can't forget Shakespeare really started it all with his Band of Brothers speech, and I have been known for reciting that, so be careful. I have it memorized. He today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. And actually, in that speech by Henry V, when he's going into the Battle of Agincourt with a small troop of army and saying, the fewer men, the greater share of honor. And leading up to the Band of Brothers, he says, those that outlive this day and come safe home will stand a tiptoe when this day is named, and rouse him with the name of Christian. He that shall live today and see old age will yearly on the vigil feast his neighbors and say, tomorrow is St. Crispin's Day. And this is what they did. Then will he strip his sleeve and show his scars and say, these wounds I had on Crispin's Day. So a little bit of Shakespeare. At this point, we're going to open up to questions. So we have time for 3 questions because we've got a lot of grumbling stomachs. So I'm going to be the question person. Who has a question for any of our speakers? Up here, way up. We have a mic.
Hi, I'm Frankie. I was wondering, what kind of advice would you give to the new veterans that are just getting out of the military?
So what kind of advice would you give to new veterans just coming out of the military? Anybody want to tackle that one? Advice? What advice would you give to new veterans just coming out of the military?
You're on your own. Don't be greedy. There are not a lot of choices. It's what you make it. You can make it. Don't give up. You fail first time, try again. Learn by experience. You make a mistake first time, learn by that mistake there. The future is yours.
Well, coming out, it's good that you're on going to college. Getting an education is so darn important. It may not always be easy, money and hard work and study, but gosh, it pays off. If you're well educated, you'll probably have a pretty good life. And be careful who you marry. Marry the right one.
Can't top that one. I agree with John, and Brian certainly has more answers than we have here. He talked about the importance of that GI Bill, which is, John and I, sure, Mitch and I, that they were just wonderful. The GI Bill is what helped us get through getting out of that war and getting started again. We'd lost, 2 or 3 more years of our lives, so we had to make it up. But the education allowed us to do that and get out into the workforce, which was terrific. And Brian talked about that, and if you're a veteran out there, read that stuff if you have to read it, see a counselor, and find out exactly all the things that you have coming to you in that GI Bill. There's lots in there, and the government, that's all of us, the government, are willing to help you. We want you to take advantage of that.
I'll just say I have several friends in D.C. We all work in D.C., work inside the Beltway. One's a Marine rifleman enlisted. The other was an Army commo guy enlisted, and I was the infantry grunt. We're called 11 Charlies, indirect fire infantrymen, so that's why I'm a little bit loud and always ask questions and repeat myself like I'm doing now. But I just say, focus on the education part. All those veterans that are doing well today inside the Beltway that are my friends all went back to school. Many not just got their bachelor's degree, but you can look at the employment situation these days. A master's, a PhD is becoming very important to success, but also seek out mentors and seek out people within the community to support you. We all got each other's backs, and veterans from World War II to now are always there to help out. And again, it's so important to get that education.
One thing I dedicated, during my time in the service, almost 23 years service, I got help so many times, so I dedicated myself to help veterans. Right now, I'm chaplain in Fleet Reserve, I'm chaplain in American Legion, I'm chaplain in Veteran Foreign Wars, I'm chaplain in the Masons, I'm adjutant treasurer for disabled American veterans. I've been the head usher of my church for 49 years. I'm a volunteer at the VA clinic in Oakland. I got over 7,000 hours volunteering right now, and I'm glad I found the secret of long life. Keep breathing.
Wonder what Mickey does in his spare time. Sounds like you could marry someone today if they found the right person, right, John? Yeah. Okay.
I just want to say one other thing, especially for those of you that are looking to help veterans tell their stories. There's a great program through the Library of Congress called the Veterans History Project, and I really want to let people in the community know about this project because it takes advantage of people that are willing to interview our veterans. And the Library of Congress, go to loc.gov and look up the Veterans History Project. There's ways and opportunities to interview veterans, record their stories, so it's in the historical record, because we need these stories to be shared with people in the community in this nation to learn more about what our veterans have gone through and what they've done for this country.
I have found out in the schools, I talked to a lot of schools, a lot of clubs and all. I found out in the schools especially, the kids don't get any education about what really happened there. They don't even know what Pearl Harbor is. That's who you're fighting in World War II. And it's amazing there that I enjoy talking to the people because especially the kids, they're paying attention. They're listening. They're not looking out the window. They're listening what's happened, and they want to take pictures there, and they want questions there, and they're all enthused there. But I'm just proud that I can do it while I'm still young.
Okay, thank you so much. Now we come to the time when I announce lunch, and then we're going to give one more thank you, but first lunch, okay? Lunch is taking place in the same parking lot where the Huey, the helicopter, flew in. $5 if you're a non-veteran, a minimum of $5 if you'd like to donate more. It helps our programs here at Las Positas. If you're a veteran, we're going to go ahead and pay for lunch for you today for free. All right? Yes. And with that, let's have one more round of applause for our speakers today. All right?
And open this up.